What's going on, all you sneakerheads out there? If you're watching this video, it's probably because you're wanting to get into the sneaker market. Whether it's buying, flipping, selling, wearing, one to rock, one to cop, whatever it is. I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I learned. I just got into this market a few months ago and have learned a ton, made a lot of mistakes, but I'm here to share with you what those mistakes are and how to not fall into them, as well as share a couple of really cool YouTube channels as well as websites that I came across early on that have really helped me out. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you my absolute favorite sneaker of all time. Let's get into it. All right, first, let's talk about the apps. What apps are the absolute must, the bare minimum that you should have if you're looking to hit some sneaker drops or just know what's coming up in the next couple of weeks or months? First off, obviously, is the Nike Sneakers app. That will tell you all or show you all the limited releases that are coming out on the Sneakers app. Obviously, the paired app to that would be the Nike app, so Nike.com. That'll take you and you can filter in all the upcoming releases as well as the new releases. So there are sneakers that drop on Nike.com and don't drop on sneakers, and vice versa. The other big brand out there, Adidas, you're gonna want the Adidas app as well as the Confirmed app. Confirmed app is the sneakers version of Adidas. So check out both of those as well. Another one you're gonna want is the GOAT app, GOAT, and StockX. Both great reselling opportunities, huge marketplaces. And so if you're wanting to either grab a pair that you missed out on any of the drops, or if you want to resell, those are two great marketplaces. I also recommend checking out eBay. They don't charge a fee if you're a buyer, which is super helpful. Sometimes can keep that cost down. The websites that I would recommend checking out, first is Hypebeast. There is a ton of information out there on Hypebeast. You can spend hours and hours, even days on Hypebeast, and it's constantly updated with new sneaker info, what's trending, what's not trending, is it gonna be worth reselling, is it gonna be worth grabbing? So definitely check out Hypebeast. Sneakernews.com, another great resource for finding out new information about sneaker drops and just sneakers in general. And they also have a Discord, which can be helpful if you know how to navigate that Discord life and join those communities. So that could be a really interesting one for you as well. Soul Collector and Sneaker Files, both great general resources for sneakers, whether again it's that reselling market or you just want to know what's coming out and learn a little bit more about the shoes themselves that are going to be dropping. And then lastly, one of my personal favorites, I just stumbled upon this website. It's House of Kicks, HOUSAKICKS, houseofkicks.com. This guy breaks down some reselling opportunities. I just find the information super, super relevant and very, very helpful when I'm looking to either A, resell, or B, understand what the long-term value of holding that particular sneaker is going to be, or what the production volume is going to be. He tends to release some of those numbers, which is very, very helpful in understanding whether or not this is a realistic thing you're going to be able to pick up. A couple of YouTube channels I found helpful. These aren't the end-all be-all YouTube channels. I just found them super relevant in my early stages in getting into this whole game. Take it for what it is, but I will link all of these down below in the description. The first one is Elliot Page. Super, super detailed when it comes to his videos. He goes in great length and great depth of each particular sneaker that he does a review on. Some of the titles are kind of clickbaity, but I did find it very, very helpful early on. Another one would be Seth Fowler. His video series on sit or sell is crazy helpful if you're just in this to flip quick. He's super knowledgeable on many, many different brands, which is very helpful, especially if you don't really care what brand you're buying. If you're going from New Balance to Nike to Puma to Adidas, the full gamma, he has information on literally every single brand out there. And his following is huge. So his comment section has some great tidbits that can be gleaned from that area down there in each video, as well as tips and tricks on how to make the most of your sneaker game. The next one would be Keith Adam. His video series, Sneakers to Resell, breaks things down so fast. I mean, he'll go through 8 or 10 sneakers in an 8-minute video on, you know, what that margin looks like if you're really only in this to flip, and understanding whether or not it's going to be lunch money, whether it's going to be nothing at all, or it's a great hold, or yeah, you're going to be able to flip this for 200 or 300 bucks right away. So check his YouTube channel out. Highly recommend it. It was super helpful to me early on. Another one would be James Myers. He's super composed and poised when it comes to all of his videos. So that was really reassuring to me when I was going in and watching his content. They tend to be shorter and right to the point, which if you're on a time constraint and you're just kind of between things and you just want to catch a quick video, check out his channel. There's a lot of great content on there. And he's a smaller up and coming YouTuber. So I also like supporting those types of channels. So I found his content super relevant, very helpful. Definitely check him out. And the last two, just really good general channels that tend to be just super informational as well as entertainment, would be Jay the Sneaker Guy and Unbreakable Kicks. Both, again, super relevant information, very entertaining. I highly recommend both those channels. That's pretty much it for the YouTube channels. Most of them have a what's coming out this month and have about a 90% overlap. So find the YouTuber that really speaks to you, is kind of your style, and then maybe pick a couple of them that are not your style to kind of branch out and see what else the market holds in the sneaker realm. All right, so let's talk about some things that I learned early on that will help you as you get into the early on of sneaker collecting. First things first, have fun with it. They're an expression piece on your feet, so just have fun with it, number one. Number two is do your research. Research is so important in going into each and every purchase, understanding where to get it, how to get it, where it's dropping, whether it's just on the SNKRS app or SNKRS, Nike, Foot Locker, Champs. Do your research. Not every sneaker drop is going to make you money. It's just not the case. It doesn't happen unless you got coupons coming out your ears that is going to save you a bunch of money on the front end. On certain sneaker drops, some of your local stores will not let you return the shoes. So if you hit a raffle, they may not let you return it for obvious reasons. They don't want a bunch of resellers out there come to find out you can't sell it and then go back and turn it in and they're stuck with the inventory. The next 2 points will hopefully help you make a little bit more cash, as well as find some potentially used or new sneakers at a discount. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to buy new and used sneakers. Keep an eye out for coupons. So as you buy on Adidas and as you buy on Nike, your particular level within those two brands goes up, which is kind of nice because then they reward you with points and you can turn those points in for coupons, lowers the acquisition value of the shoes that you're trying to buy. All right, so if you're going to sell your first pair of sneakers and you're going to try eBay or maybe Facebook Marketplace, don't just take 1 or 2 photos. Take 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. A lot of the websites now will allow you to take a video, which is super nice. So if you just hold it in your hand and rotate it around, that's super helpful to a buyer, as well as the shoe tag on the inside and the box sticker. It makes the buying process so much better for the buyer, instills confidence in you as a seller as well. All right, so this next tip, how do I get some extra cash in order to buy my first pair of shoes that either I want to collect or wear or flip? First thing I did was I went down to my basement and I was like, what am I not using? That's exactly what I did. Went down there, rummaged through some bins and some shelves and found a bunch of stuff that I don't use anymore. Threw it up on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, made some money and bought a couple pair of shoes, which ended up working out really, really well. Got rid of some stuff. I bought some things that hopefully go up in value in the next year or two. So that's what I would recommend. All right, and the last tip that I'll give you is it is so easy to sink a ton of money into this hobby fast. It adds up super, super fast, which is why it goes back to do your research. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure you know what you're buying and what you can make before you get into it. So only spend your sneaker fund money on the sneakers. And lastly, I will say impulse control is key. It's super tempting to go back on StockX or Go or eBay and say, man, I missed out on this drop. I want those shoes. I know I can make some money on it. Well, you're paying the resale fee, not the retail fee. Two very different numbers. So keep that in mind. Keep your impulse in check. All right, if you miss out on something and you're early on in your game, don't worry about it. Just move on to the next one. All right, so we're near the end of the video, and whether you're just buying one or you're buying two, one to rock and one to stock, just have fun with it. And I can't stress enough, do your research before each purchase. It's so important, and there's so many good resources out there that I've listed, both the YouTube channels as well as the websites that I found super helpful that will help you out in every stage of the game. Okay, so now my favorite sneaker of all time. I remember it vividly. I'm in the Mall of America. It's in the Midwest. It's a giant, giant mall, tons of shoe stores, tons of stores in general. And I'm walking around with my brothers, and we stop into every single shoe store that we can find that carries Nike. And I am looking for, of course, 1996. It's the Jordan 11s. Every single store is sold out of these black patent Jordan 11s. And I was heartbroken. I couldn't find them anywhere. Never did find them anywhere, whether it was in my hometown or at Mall of America or any other place for that matter. So one day I will have a pair of Jordan 11s. Those are my all-time favorite sneakers. Last year's Cool Gray was unreal. This year's Cherry 11s are super, super nice. So many great videos. They're touting the quality of that shoe that's coming out December 10th is super high. So Jordan 11, favorite sneaker of all time. And in my opinion, best sneaker of all time. All right, until next time, hope you found all this super, super helpful. Let me know what tips and tricks you have, in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.